everyone, I'm going to be going through with you today the difference with fitting forms on all different nail shapes and sizes. I've noticed that in some comments lately on social media, there's a lot of customers out there, especially students, that are struggling with form fitting. So I'm going to be going through all of this with you today. So let's get into the video. So I'm going to be running through using forms for 4 different styles of nail that you may encounter in salon. The first set of nail is just going to be your average perfect nail that will walk in. We've also got a extended hypernicum, we've got a nail biter, and we've also got a large nail plate. So they're the 4 nails that I'm going to be running through, fitting your form correctly. So I'm going to do my first one, which is going to be your perfect nail plate. So all I'm going to do is remove the form from the paper. I'm going to remove my insert and just pop that on the back of the nail tab. I'm going to connect my bottom tabs together, undo my perforation, and I'm going to place that straight underneath my free edge, making sure that the center line is centered with the nail. Both of the ears of the form are completely underneath my free edge, making sure from a side profile that form is fitted nice and straight. And then I'm going to secure my side tabs to the side of the nail and make sure, depending on what shape my customer is after, whether she's after a square, a stiletto, an almond, ballerina, whatever the shape now that she's after, I'm going to account for that on the end of the form and secure and make sure that is fitting on that finger perfectly. So the next finger style that you may encounter is going to be a nail biter. So the nail plate is now going to be slightly up further. We now have to account for that with our form. So again, I'm going to remove my form from that paper. Now, one little trick that I like to do is I just fold over that insert of the middle of the form, and I'm going to fold over so that I've got a flat end, and I just use the top of our Y for that to fit perfectly. So I'm just going to fold that slightly over. Now I'm going to fit that underneath my form so that I've now got an extension in the middle of my form where that is going to be sitting up against their free edge. Again, I'm going to secure my tabs, undo my perforation, and now if I fit that form, it is now going to sit up right underneath that nail and fill out that section where the nail plate is being missed due to the customer having a short nail plate or having a bitter nail. Again, I'm going to make sure that that center dominant line on my form is centered with my nail. And again, I'm going to make sure that the sides of my form are fitted right up to that nail plate, and again, securing in my side tabs. Once I've secured my side tabs in, I can again adjust the end of the form to suit what shape the nail or the nail design that we're going to be doing, whether it's a square or ballerina. Now, the next nail that I'm going to be doing is for a customer who may have an extended hypernicum. So if you fit or try to fit a form, the inside of that form is going to press up against that hypernicum and it could hurt the customer. So all that we need to do is just use some manicure scissors, and I'm going to cut out that inner part of the form that would be sitting up against that hypernicum area. So I'm going to remove my form. I'm going to secure my tab. And now I'm just going to get out my little manicure scissors, and I'm going to cut away part of that inner of the form that would be sitting up against or pressing up against the hypernicum. And now I've cut that middle section out completely. So this is now going to allow that little bit of an extra gap where we'd be fitting that form up against that hypernychium. Again, I'm going to secure my bottom tabs, undo my perforation, and then I can fit my form straight up underneath my free edge. Again, having that center dominant line is going to be in the middle of that nail plate. And again, I'm going to secure my side tabs. Now this is going to allow for that middle part of the form. It's going to not press up against that hypernychium, hurting your customer. So the very last nail that you may encounter in salon is a large or a wide nail plate. So what we tend to do is now I'm going to cut out part of two forms and connect them together to make a very broad or to fit a broad nail plate. So I'm going to cut out on the outside of one form and then the inside of another form. And we're going to connect the two together. So now, if I connect those two together, I'm just going to neaten up that middle of the form. And again, I'm going to secure my bottom tabs, undo one of my perforation, and now I have a very wide form to fit a very wide finger. So again, you just want to line that form up. Now this time we don't have one main center line, we have two outer lines, so I secure and make sure my two outer lines are perfect symmetrical on either side of that nail plate. And again, I'm going to secure my tabs, make sure that my bottom, I double pinch the bottom so that it doesn't come undone. And now we have a form to fit a very wide and extended nail plate. So hopefully everybody, that has ironed out some problems you may have had with your form fitting for all different styles and shapes of nails. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe.